Hi Libra, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your March 2021 love reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you interested in booking a personal reading with me, just check out the description of the video for more details there. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread. And the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. We'll get the past energies, present energies, future energies, and once we're done with all that, we'll actually pull some oracle cards with some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot. On the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel more like in your situation it's the other way around, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have magic. So this is the equivalent to the magician. Could just be saying that energetically you might have actually brought this connection in. For others of you, you might have felt like, either you felt like you put a spell on them, not literally, maybe for some of you, but, could have just felt like a real magnetic attraction to this person or they to you. And you might have just felt like there was something else going on with that. But, yeah, primarily I feel like this is just saying that you brought the connection in, energetically speaking. Past energy on their side, we have the Four of Pentacles. So this is actually Capricorn energy. And really, if we look at the artwork here, well, in traditional tarot, the Four of Pentacles, we see a guy that's holding on to the pentacles, seems very closed off in his energy. And here we see a similar vibe, but as far as it looks like this person's a bit reluctant, right? So they might have been a bit intimidated by you. We do see the fire in the background, which to me points to passion. But at the same time, it looks like they might have been bit intimidated as far as approaching you. And if you were in that energy in the past, then that would make sense in a way, right? Where it looks like you have everything going for you. So that could have been part of what the issue was. All right, present energy on your side, we have a couple of cards. We have tradition, which is the equivalent to the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy. And transformation, which is Scorpio energy. So exact opposite energies. So I can see this playing out a couple different ways. For some of you, if this is just a connection where there might have been on again, off again dynamic, given that we see Pluto and Persephone, this could just be saying that in the present, you guys are actually making the effort to make it a more traditional, formal connection. That's one way I could see playing out. And I do have to say for some of you as well, if you're already in a very formal, traditional connection, this could just be saying that you guys are actually going to be changing that. And, it could be where you guys might have a separation for a bit. So I could really see you going either way, honestly. But for the majority of you, I feel like it's more saying that you guys are actually going to make it a more traditional connection now. And I feel like this on again, off again dynamic might have been what was already taking place in the past. And this will make sense to you as far as we're approaching, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, we're getting closer to springtime. So that would be the on again part of the dynamic. All right. In the present position, we have the Four of Swords. So this is actually Libra energy. And so another Four energy on their side, which could be a bit of a closed off energy. But here we at least see it looks like there's some healing going on. So for one, this could just be saying that they're slowly gaining in their confidence toward the connection. With the Four of Pentacles, there's definitely that more reluctant, closed off energy. So it looks like they could be slowly opening up, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's where you want it to be, necessarily. All right, and the future energy on your side, we have the Six of Coins. So this is actually more Taurus energy here. So for some of you, this can be around intimacy with the connection, given that we see, well, and then Scorpio energy is also the natural ruler of the 8th house. So for some of you, this could be about intimacy and opening up, and maybe that's what it was too, where it was taking you guys a long time to get to that point within the connection. But I will say, going back to what I was feeling with the on again, off again dynamic, and you guys actually making an effort to make it more traditional, that could definitely be the case here too, because if we look at the background in this card, if it'll freaking focus. There we go. We see like the snowy background, which makes us think back to the Five of Pentacles energy, which is often referred to as being left out in the cold, right? So we do see it looks like there's the effort to restore balance. So if you were known for that, right? Because maybe with the magician in the past position, maybe that's saying that one of your favorite tricks was to disappear in the connection. So if that's the case, could just be saying that now that you're actually coming through to be more steady and reliable within the connection, you could be putting in the effort to actually prove that. But this person might still take a little more time to warm up to the idea. So that could be part of why they were closed off with you guys in the past. If you were a bit unreliable in that regard, where you disappear, reappear. And future energy on their side, we have the Hierophant. So now we see the Taurus energy on their side as well, like you guys have in the present and future. So if nothing else, this might be pointing to a timeline saying that by the time we get to Taurus season, you guys are actually going to feel a lot more comfortable and secure within the connection. But yeah, here we do see the potential for commitment as well. And bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Princess of Arrows. So this is actually the equivalent of the Page of Swords in traditional tarot. And to me, this could just be saying that, you guys are actually going to communicate your feelings toward the situation. We do see the butterflies in the artwork there too, so it could just be saying that you might be a bit nervous about it, right? Maybe if this was something where you were a bit unsure, maybe that's why you were in and out in the energy, but now you do want to make it something more traditional. There could be a bit of nervousness around that for some of you. And I will say you guys are going to have Venus move into your opposite sign, I think a little bit past the midpoint of March, so that could definitely boost your desire to focus on that area of life as well. And the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Six of Pentacles, so much like we see and the future position on your side. That represents that balanced energy, and again, Taurus too. So for a lot of you, I feel like this is saying that there's going to be some significance around Taurus season as far as when you guys actually feel like things are rebalanced within the connection and things are more stable. So something to keep in mind there. All right, now moving on to the Oracle cards. First, we'll see if we get anything from the Aqua Moonlight deck here. I did pre-shuffle this deck, but what we're going to be looking for here is some jumpers. So first, I'll be looking for unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And if I shuffle for a while without any coming up, I'll just move on to the next Oracle deck. But sometimes we get additional messages here. Got one, but it fell. So next we'll see if we get one from them to you, and then I'll pick up that other card. Okay, got two there. So let me put those down, and then let me grab the one from your side. All right, so, all right, well, it says in the very near future, so not exactly groundbreaking information there, but that does point to what I was feeling for you guys as far as, like I was saying, it feels like it might take until Taurus season for you to officially feel like you're really in the zone within the connection, but we'll see what we got on their side. Okay, so we have no strings. It says, I want you close to me, but I'm not ready for a commitment. Interesting energy there. Now, I do have to say, for some of you, that could point to why they might have been closed off in the past. Like I was saying, especially seeing the Four of Swords, that they might have been going through a healing phase. So just keep that in mind. Again, especially if you guys are the ones who do want it to be a bit more of a traditional connection. Like I was saying, again, that could point to the Taurus energy there, which is to say you might just need to give it a little more time before they feel like they're ready, but we'll see what the second card says. And the second card says stubborn. Pretty funny. So yeah, put those two together, right? For some of you, maybe you are dealing with a Taurus, since we do see a lot of Taurus energy. That could definitely be another way that it's playing out too. And, I mean, no shade to Taurus, but the fact that it's stubborn and there's Taurus energy all over the place could just be saying you're dealing with the Taurus as well, if it's around the timeline thing. All right, so hopefully that resonated with you. And lastly, we'll move on to the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation here as far as I pre-shuffle this deck, but here I'm just looking for one card, and then we'll wrap up. All right, so let me just put the deck down and give me a few seconds to tune in, and we'll describe a card. All right, then we'll go right here. All right, we have Never Ending Story. There's the artwork. The number is 37. Someone else got this card too this month. I can't remember who though, unfortunately. Okay, it says self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. The Oracle's message. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. So, interesting message there. I do have to say, for those of you where you resonate more with the right side, I feel like that message might be more for you, because we do see the confidence on your side in the past. So, not necessarily feeling that energy as much for the cards on the left, but hopefully that resonates either way. The relationship message says sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but for other, more complex reasons. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable that knowledge is, however. Right now, you have an opportunity for important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes all those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. So, interesting message there. I will say it definitely feels more like the messages here would resonate more for the energy of the person on the right side. But either way, hopefully you guys got something from that. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.